guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, we're going to be going over all of the palettes in my collection that I have neglected. So if you would like to, see all the palettes out of my entire collection that so far this year I have not touched and why, then let's go ahead and get on into it. So I saw Makeup Lynn's do this video, she will be listed down below, and I just thought that since we've already done my mid-year inventory and declutter, and we've already gone over my No Pan Left Behind, we could talk about what's gone untouched in my collection for the first half of the year. So, and then I did some stats as well. Sure. I started at the bottom. Hi, Blazemere. Hi, Bubba. Oh, you're stuck. Let me help you. There you go. I started at the bottom. So, we'll start at the bottom and work our way back up. So first we have from DD Signature, I have two palettes here. And these are both brand new from Ice Cream Beauty. So this was from the Ice Cream Beauty bag that I got in July. This is the Extravagance palette, which looks like this. The reason I haven't used this is because it's brand new. I have used the other one, the Elegance, but I haven't used this one. So I do think it's pretty. It just hasn't been touched. And then this was in the Ice Cream Beauty box. This is the Lioness Heart, which looks like this. So again, this is just brand new. So anything that's brand new is in my pile of shame just because, it's brand new. And that'll be the quickest way for me to get to touch it and use it and see if I like it. So those are my pile of shame, but I have not used those. I have the ColourPop Darth Vader palette. I just got this off Mercari. A palette that's also coming that I don't have at the beginning of this video is the ColourPop C3PO palette, because I'm just completing my ColourPop Star Wars collection. But this is what the Darth Vader palette looks like. I think this is stunning. Stunningly gorgeous. And then I did also just order the Give Me Glow Bad Witch Club palette. So, again, all brand new palettes, and that's why they have not been used. So speaking of Give Me Glow, I have two Give Me Glow palettes that are brand new to me that I got from Mercari that have not been used. So this is the Summer Vibes palette, which looks like this. Now, I purchased this one because this has 4 mattes that I had in single shadows that I got rid of because I don't want matte single shadows in my collection. And I really did love them. So I had Brazilian Bikini, I had Mango Margarita, I had Sunny, and I had Orange Soda Pop. So I already knew I liked those. And I think the color story on this one is just really pretty. So bought that. And then the seller had a bundle with this Give Me Glow palette, which is the Mystic Gardens palette, which just, can you look at that? That color story screams me. So those are both brand new in my collection, which is why they have not been used. And then we can get into my Natasha Denona, because I have 7 Natasha Denona palettes that have not been used. So we'll start with the brand new ones, which, I guess they're not brand new, but they're newest in my collection. So we have the I Need a Nude, which looks like this. So, haven't touched this one. We have the I Need a Warm, which looks like this guy. And because these 3 were so new, I haven't even moved any shadows around in these 3. And then I also have the Bloom, which looks like this guy. So we have those 3. And then I have the Mini Gloom. So excited to have this one. Can't wait to use it. And then I just got the Mini Zendo from Ipsy. Oh, and I actually also have the Mini Star on the way from Ipsy. So my numbers are going to be just a hair off because my palette total is going to go up by a couple palettes. But it's based off the palette number that I have in front of me, so it's technically not wrong. Then I have two more Natasha Denona palettes that are not brand new that I have not used. So we have the Mini Retro. So I used this in 2024. I just have not used it this year. I really love this palette. It's my favorite mini. It might be my favorite Natasha Denona palette. I plan to use all of these next year and then rank them and all of that. And then my Retro Glam palette, I've just never used this. I have moved a couple shades around. I did put this on my chopping block and then I decided to take it out because there's just something about this color story that gets me. I'm going to do a whole Natasha Denona basically chopping block for 2026. I'll explain more about that when we hit next year, but yeah, that just has not been used. So then we have just some one-offs here. I have one Unearthly palette. This is my Unearthly Dead of Night palette. No. Wrong one. I grabbed the wrong one. I was like, excuse you, I've used that. I meant to grab my Night Terror palette. I have not used this, but I did use this last year when I got it. Just haven't used it this year so far. I might. It's a very Halloween palette. It's got a haunted house on the front, but just haven't. So, haven't used it since 2024. Then I have both of my Clarity Cosmetics palettes, and these are pretty new to me. Let's see. I got the Stained Glass palette in the March Ice Cream Beauty box, and just haven't used it yet. And then the Bougie Bitch palette was the June Clarity Mystery Box palette. And so, just have not used those. Then from Sydney Grace, this was PR sent from them, which was so exciting. I'm still in awe that they sent me PR. This is the Love's Journey palette, so this is brand new to me. I just got this last month, and I'm in love with it. I want to get the Cafe palette, the one that they just came out with, but so far I have this, and I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. I have a lot of palettes in projects, which is my bad, but I have two Jeffree Star palettes, one that I've never used and one that I just haven't used this year. So the one that I haven't used this year is my Jeffree Star Weirdo palette, and I didn't use it this year because we didn't go out of town for our anniversary this year, and this is usually the palette I take every year for our anniversary. And since we didn't leave, I didn't take it. So I haven't used it yet. And that was the Weirdo palette. And then I just got this a few months ago, so I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. This is the Cremated palette. So that is what this guy looks like. So I really want to. It just haven't had a chance to yet. And last but not least, the last palette that is new to me, and this is brand new as well, this is the Blend Bunny Longing palette. And this is when they just did their re-release of this, and this is the magnetic pans. So this is what this guy looks like, and I just, again, when I get something that's new, it goes into my pile of shame, and then I'm just continuing to work on the palettes I'm working on. So I'm hoping as of 2026, I will no longer have a pile of shame, and so when I bring palettes into my collection, I can just immediately use them. That's what I would like to do going forward. But, like I said, these stats are based on the palettes that I have in my collection currently, not the ones that are still on their way to me. House coffee again. So the total number of palettes before I decluttered my palettes in July was 118 palettes. My total number of palettes that I've used more than once is 15. So I've used 15 palettes in my collection more than once. So that's 13%, which I don't think is horrible considering I'm trying to do my no pan left behind challenge, so realistically, I honestly don't think I should be using any palettes more than once. But I have palettes like my Wicked Widow Lovesick, where I'm trying to hit pan on a shade. So I've used this palette 10 times. Because every day that I use that palette is a use, even if I'm just reaching into it for one shade. I have total unused palettes, 22. Which honestly isn't terrible in my opinion. That's 18% of my collection is unused. So obviously in the beginning of the year it was so much more. Like my pile of shame was over 100 palettes because I had over 200 palettes in my collection at the beginning of the year. So I'm very happy with it only being 18%. Like I said, it's my goal to by the end of the year not have a pile of shame. I have no pan left behind, total 16 palettes that are left in my collection, or 16 total. Baba. Which is 13.5%. Come here. Nope, come here. Come say hi, since you keep bugging me. You're not jumping on my desk. You're not doing it. You can say hi to the camera, but you're not jumping on the desk. So the stand that you guys are in, that my phone's in, it's got like silicone grips that hold my phone. He's been getting on my desk only when I bring him up here. He does not, I don't know who trained him because we got him from a shelter, but he does not jump on counters. He does not jump on tables. Like in the entire year that we've had him, he's got on our table without us begging him to once. So, but when I put him up here on the desk or pick him up and let him on my desk, he's not chewing on the silicone, but he's like rubbing his nose folds on it. So I don't know if that means something. If you're a cat person, what does that mean? But he's been chewing on things. Like silicone and stuff. So I don't know if I need to get him like a chew toy. He doesn't have very many teeth. He only has like 6 teeth on the top and like 4 teeth on the bottom. So could he be teething? He's 4 years old. He's not a kitten. Obviously, you've seen how big he is. Anywho, the last stat that I have here are how many palettes I've decluttered since January into July. Or no, this is since July. I've decluttered 58 palettes. Since July? Or total? Total. From January to July, I decluttered 58 palettes, which is 49%. Which is wild. But I've been really going through my collection. I've been figuring stuff out. Granted, that's a lot of wasted money, and, you know, I don't want to look at it that way, but, hey, you know, I'll make more informed purchases in the future, is what that means. But yeah, those are all the palettes that I've neglected for the first half of the year. Hopefully, I won't even have to make this video at the end of the year. And I can just, when I give you guys my inventory at the end of the year, which I'm going to try really hard to actually take pictures, because I love seeing people do that, I can just give you guys stats, because I think that that's cool. But otherwise, that is going to do it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.